There is nothing wrong with your TV. For Demarico Young, this is how football sounds.
Deaf can do anything but hear.
The sound of football on We Are Iowa Plus.
Running backs have a lot to do on the field, whether it's hitting a hole, breaking a tackle, protecting your quarterback. Well, Simpson running back Demarico Young does all of that and a whole lot more with no excuses. The many sounds of football. For Simpson freshman running back Demarico Young, the sounds are different.
I've always believed that I can do anything but hear. Deaf can do everything. I can communicate as long as I have access. I find another way if my interpreter's not there, through texting or writing. As long as I have communication, I've always believed I can do anything.
Demarico has proven that with a strong start to his college career.
Oh my word, Demarico Young. Young at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Young, Demarico Young makes a statement run to just...
Demarico's journey to college football started with a huge risk. Demarico grew up at the Louisiana School for the Deaf, but didn't think he could achieve his athletic goals at a deaf school. His family moved to Sioux City, and Demarico took on the challenge of a hearing school for the first time. When Demarico started his freshman year at South Sioux High School in Nebraska, the biggest challenge that he faced was no one could understand him, even his interpreters. ASL has different dialects. None of the interpreters understood Demarico's. He was labeled deaf and special needs.
I didn't understand them, they didn't understand me. My GPA was like a 1.3, it was no good. And then Miss Dawn Habhab, my interpreter, came to visit me, and finally I had a language match.
For the first time since moving away from Louisiana, Demarico met someone who could understand him.
I met him. He was extremely down and appeared broken, and we just had a little chat. He's like, I'm an athlete, they don't understand me, they won't let me play. I am a good student, but I'm failing everything.
Shortly after meeting, Dawn discovered just how tough Demarico's life outside of school had been.
It wasn't until probably the end of my first week of work with him that he looked at me and said, do hearing people just live in cars? And I was like, no. He goes, that's not normal? I said, no. We're homeless. And I was like, oh, you know, school didn't know.
Dawn helped the Young family. They landed a place to live, food, and furniture. After having a language match, Demarico's GPA went up from a 1.3 to a 4.0. The next hurdle, getting on the football field.
He had a PE class, and they were running flying 10s in the dome at South Sioux, and he ran a .88 flying 10. And the teachers looked and went, can you do that again? Because they're thinking the transponder might have been off. And I said, they want you to do it again. He goes, okay, .88.
Demarico gets on the track team his freshman year, and the football coaches were blown away. This kid that was just a water boy in the fall was flying on the track. As a sophomore in 2021, Demarico earns the starting job and runs wild. 1,174 yards to go with 11 touchdowns. Then as a junior, Young transferred to Sioux City North in Iowa. More of the same, running for nearly 1,200 yards. As a senior, Demarico's biggest accomplishment was walking across the stage. A story of resilience made possible because of communication.
To see him take every opportunity, knowing that he has support, and excelling to the highest level he possibly can, and then thinking he can go even further and succeeding, it is miraculous. I always look at barriers like they're hurdles, and I jump those hurdles and break the rules so that people behind me who are deaf will be able to look up to me and not have the struggles I did. and they'll be able to succeed as well.
Demarico is still clearing hurdles. He's a first-generation college student clearing the way for his family in the deaf community. In part one of The Sound of Football, Demarico Young showed us how he overcame deafness to become a college football player. Young is a whole lot more than just a football player. Here's part two. Demarico Young is gifted on the field. He leads the Storm in rushing as a true freshman. His non-hearing senses are enhanced.
Touchdown, Demarico Young!
Maybe I can't hear in the traditional way that everybody else does or communicate that way, but he's kind of got those enhanced superpowers and some of the other things. And I think that's really important for any player to have that type of confidence.
He's one of the top halfbacks that I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm from Houston. My halfback in high school, he went to Army, right? And he is up there with the dude that went to Army.
Success on the field made possible because of communication.
My interpreter stands near the coach and she signs in my signals for me. Sometimes they might make a change or something, and we have to make up signs in the playbook, and they're very accommodating with that.
It's been a lot of asking questions, making sure that I have the tools to be able to communicate with Demarico on the field. Obviously helps certainly have an interpreter that he's comfortable with, in this process. But, at the same time, there's moments for player to coach that we have to be able to, interact on the field, and our comfort level with one another is continue to grow just with the experience.
His interpreter, Don, is a huge part of game days.
If coach is talking about plays, then I have to be right there, verbatim, so that if he has a question, he can ask it right then. I think I'm more nervous than he is. I'm not going to lie. When I'm on that sideline, I'm literally sweating like, oh, please let this go well.
Success on the field is one thing. Success in the classroom is just as important, especially as a first-generation college student.
It's a huge responsibility. I need to show to my family and the world who I am. I care for my family, and they look up to me, and they want me to succeed, and I don't want to fail them.
The classroom is just another hurdle that Demarico isn't afraid to jump over. He's joined by Dawn in class as she switches off with another online interpreter every 15 minutes. Simpson is adapting for Demarico.
We want to make sure that he has everything he needs to succeed on the field and in his classes. And it's really just a matter of making sure that we have good communications among all of the people who are working with him.
We have a busy day planned here.
Perhaps we will have other deaf students who look at Simpson, seeing how Demarico has been able to achieve things here, and will think for themselves, yeah, this might be a good school for me.
After overcoming a ton to play college ball, Demarico is now giving back.
If money wasn't an issue, what would you do for your community? And he's like, I would make sure that all kids who wanted to play had shoes and fees and equipment. And I said, well, then do it. What are you waiting for? The Demarico Young Athletic Readiness Foundation. And it provides kids whose family may not be able to afford sports equipment. We provide free any cleats or shoes or equipment that they need to be able to participate. I want to inspire the next generation.
Demarico Young, inspiring day by day.
We look back and sometimes he goes, I'm just pinching myself because we just kept walking forward. It was just another day, and he would have staff that would say, I can't believe you continue to show up. If I had to face all that, I don't think I could get out of bed in the morning. It's like, I don't know any other way. I'm not going to succeed if I stay in bed.
Touchdown, Simpson!
Deaf can do anything but hear. And deaf can play any sports at any level. The only thing that they need is communication. Find a way, never give up, do your thing.